Hello. So today I'm going to read a story about Juneteenth. This is a children's story special edition. It's written by Opal Lee. And this year we actually have Juneteenth off. And this book is dedicated to all the children of the United States that need to be made aware of their history. Please be sure to tell them about the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments to the Constitution when they are older. So the Constitution is the highest law in the land. The children asked, Dear Opal Lee, what does this say? Juneteenth, a children's story. That's the title of the book, she replied. Dear, can you read this book to us? Over 200 years ago, people who looked like me were slaves. Someone may have read to you the stories from the Bible about slaves in Egypt, but they were not like these slaves. Men from this country and other countries stole people in Africa from their fathers, mothers, brothers, and sisters. They chained them up and brought them across the ocean in ships. That's a lot of water in a very long trip. Some did not make it. The enslaved Africans were forced to work very hard for no pay and were not treated fairly. Life was not good for them. There was a U.S. president, like President Barack Obama, named Abraham Lincoln, who declared slaves would be free on January 1st, 1863. This was called the Emancipation Proclamation. The enslaved waited at churches all night long on New Year's Eve to see how freedom would come. These were called watch night services, and many churches still hold them today. The United States was so big that Texas did not get enforcement of the Emancipation Proclamation for 2.5 years after slavery had ended. U.S. colored troops and Major General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston, Texas on June 19, 1865, read General Order Number 3 to the people that were there. Then he nailed it to the door of what is now Reedy Chapel AME Church. General Granger declared, all slaves are free. The slaves were so happy that they started celebrating, and we've been celebrating ever since. Every year since, there have been celebrations, and the formerly enslaved put on their best clothes, dressed to the nines to celebrate their freedom. This day was called Juneteenth and is celebrated in the United States and around the world. June plus 19th equals Juneteenth. Each year, on the 19th of June, people celebrate the ending of slavery with festivals, concerts, and educational activities. There are 49 states that officially observe Juneteenth as a holiday. Why not all the states? On June 17, 2021, President Joseph Biden signed the Juneteenth Independence Day Act into law that established June 19th of every year as a new federal holiday. Now Americans everywhere can celebrate freedom from the 19th of June to the 4th of July. So while this book focuses on the historical facts surrounding the freedom of the enslaved in the state of Texas, it is very important to understand why celebrating Juneteenth all across the country is important. This guide of facts is available to provide you with resources to best explain the significance or importance of this holiday. So it talks about the date. So June 19th, 1862, slavery was outlawed in U.S. territories by Congress, with President Lincoln signing and approving the Chapter 116, an act to secure freedom for all persons within the territories of the United States. And then up here they have all the dates. June 19th. So this was a very interesting book, and you will have Monday off to celebrate the last of slavery in the United States. Bye.